This episode is an invitation to slow down, to notice what changes when the hand moves more gently and more deliberately, or even hesitantly. Sometimes slowing the mark allows the feeling to catch up. This week, I paid close attention to how my hand holds the brush and moves across the page. I also paid close attention to how I felt inside when I was painting and of my surroundings. There was a few days where, like, when I paint, I don't turn on the radio or the television or anything. I sit in a quiet space with my headphones on. And I put my headphones on because it seems to block all of the noises that are around me during the day. And these noises, they're not traffic or people walking upstairs or banging on the walls. The noise I'm talking about is the furnace running, the refrigerator running, the pump running on my cat dish, the pump running in the fish tank. All of those noises add up. So I put my headphones on and really tap into myself when I'm painting. I'm naturally fast when I'm painting, and I think it reflects in my paintings that I rush and that I don't slow down. So this week, there was one particular painting that I really paid attention and slowed down. It's a picture of an old pump house, and a pump house is beside the train tracks, and it was used to house a pump, and the pump pumped water from the pond to the train tracks, and that's where the steam engines would fill up full of water so that they can carry on their way. So when I was walking around in my little town a couple of years ago, I was taking pictures. It was the town that I grew up near, and I came across this pump house, and it's made of uh, big old stones, and it's cylinder. It looks like a big old cylinder standing there, and it's just so beautiful. I had to take a few pictures, and I decided to paint it. And I'm not very good at painting rocks or stones, so that was a real challenge for me. So I took my time painting it and focusing on each stone at a time. And I don't know if that's how you're supposed to paint stones, but that's how I was painting them. And it really did slow me down. And I enjoyed that aspect of it. Then, to carry on with my art journey this week, I did a few landscapes. And landscapes, I love painting landscapes. I love going around the countryside and taking pictures when I'm camping and hiking. And I just love going through them and picking out what picture I'm going to paint next. So landscapes are my absolute favorite. I then decided I had ordered some new paper this week and a couple of new tubes of paint, and I got some purple paint. I was so excited. So I did a series of mystical forest scenes done in hues of purple. They're all monochromatic. And I slowed down with those. I had a lot of fun with them, and I really paid attention to the shadowing and the highlights, and they turned out just beautiful. But the ones that I'm most proud of, today's Friday, I'm recording this today. I came across, I was like, I want to paint a picture of my cat, but I'm so terrible at drawing my cat. I've tried drawing my cat before with pencil drawings, and I'm not very good at it. So I thought, I'm going to try painting my cat. And being I can't paint it realistically because I don't think I'm very good at it, I'll try painting an abstract cat. So that was my focus today. I did three paintings of an abstract cat, and that's what you're looking at right now is my cat Russell. I had such a fun time picking the colors and looking for the lights and the darks and putting his eyes in, his big green eyes. And I had a blast doing that one today. And that's why you have that one to look at as I'm speaking to you today. Speaking with you, not to you, at you. I'm with you in spirit. So here I am sitting at my kitchen table again. This is where I spend most of my day. I don't have an art studio, but I will sometimes say I'm in my studio. And I refer to my whole home as a studio because it looks like uh, an art studio. People will come in and they know that I'm immediately that I'm an artist because there's art supplies scattered all over the place. I try and contain them to my kitchen table though. So that was my experience with slowing the mark this week, was really slowing down my hand with the paintbrush and making more deliberate strokes, you know, uh, like just making the mark. That's how you start painting, is just making the mark. And instead of making the mark fast, try making it a little slower. And even when you're mixing your colors, um, you mix your colors, you're taking a little dab of white and you're putting it into a little bit of purple. And, pay attention when you're mixing those colors up and slow yourself down and watch how the colors blend together. I was just started a class this week on painting, and that's how I got to the abstract cats. That was one of the class projects, was this abstract cat. So what I did is I took the picture of my own cat, and I really noticed the instructor's hand was very slow and very deliberate where that paint was going on the page. And they really helped me to slow down today. Today was probably the slowest day that I've had painting wise. And not slow as in producing wise, slower as in, taking my time and looking at the colors as I'm putting them onto the page and, sitting back and looking at it and saying, okay, now what color is going to go beside that one? Orange. Okay. So then I would dab my brush into the orange and put it beside the yellow. And it really did have an effect on my painting, I find. So, my friends, that's it for episode 2 and slowing the mark. I hope that you can find some time in your week coming up to slow down in life, and slow down in your creativity, slow down your brush strokes, so that you too can experience the calmness of it. Now, next week is episode 3, and we're going to be talking about layers and memory. What exactly are we going to talk about? I have no idea yet because I'm physically going to live the week focusing on layers and memory. And I will come back to you on Friday with my findings. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Namaste.